Well, welcome back, guys. Happy Monday at noon. Coming from my end. We got Duggo back. He's back from vacation. He went with Mom last week. So he's back, and we're going to combine some black beans today. Stop. Back up. He's got no radio. He's got no radio. We're going to talk to him all day long. Rookie, he's out of shape. Apparently he was trying to call me. He's a little upset. Brody's down there a quarter mile hooking up. Apparently Randy has a radio. Well, I can see they're still dusty. So we're gonna get this headland cut off so we can get trucks in back where I hooked up. I tried combining along the edge of the field there. We are not going to be able to combine along the edge of the field going that way because I couldn't see anything and the pocket gopher mounds. I pulled out and we're going to whip this off, probably cut right through the middle of the field, then work that headland off. Oh, I see they're splitting nice. Okay, so open rotor. We're going to go back up. I did tighten down because I thought maybe it would be kind of moist this morning. Oh, he says they're going right through. Okay, then we don't want to open up. I'm gonna get out, we're gonna look behind the machine. He says that I had some coming through, but the way my tank looks, with the few splits in there, tells me that I'm plenty tight. Maybe the pods ain't ready yet. Maybe we're too early.
Maybe that was a fluke, but the pan is in the quad track, which is almost here.
Well, the way my tank looks, we're plenty tight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That would be my first thought, but... Wow.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a blooper.
Feeling the straw, it don't feel wet at all, though.
Well, that one was hard.
Sure seems dry to me. They're dry enough. Well, I think we're gonna wait to set the combine until we get off this headland because it's very variable. It's hard to get a good reading when the combine isn't full. Well, they're following behind. I'm cutting through. This is 3/4 mile long. So dump cart's gonna struggle, I think, keeping up to this because we're gonna be over our bubble up augers. I'm not even halfway there, just going one direction. So yeah, might be challenging for him to keep up. But they're pretty decent here. There's a few areas I've gone through where water has suppressed them, but as of right here, I feel fairly confident about my yield monitor. We were 100 pounds off on the last field, so we were 100 pounds high on the field average. I call that acceptable. Close enough. Close enough. But the splitting is not pretty. But that's because they're 12%, which is less than ideal. So if it was soybeans, you'd be happy with this 12 to 13% moisture reading. That would be perfect. Black beans, you can haul them in up to like 17%, I believe, is kind of where they want to stay below. They don't split nearly as bad, and you're selling water. I mean, moisture is water. When they dry down, you're losing yield. There's two losses there. More splits, which creates dock, and losing the moisture in the bean, which is weight. But after we spray, we have to wait X amount of days. I believe it's 7 days before we can harvest it. That's label for the chemical or whatever, so can't really do anything about that. I know the guys over south of us, the ground gets really sandy south of us, 20 miles. They actually will run their pivots at night and rehydrate the beans and then go combine and then shut down when they get to this percent moisture and run them again. And we don't have that option. We have the dew in the morning, which I thought we had a lot last night. So they were maybe like 9% yesterday. I don't know. Boy, heading south is a lot better. You can actually see. So looking at Brody versus my yield map. So this was my pass. That was Brody over there. He's painting a solid green strip where mine has some coloration. So I'm thinking he's maybe higher. His cal number on his combine's maybe a little bit higher. Unless it don't share color change. It should. It should. He must be higher. We'll say it's him. So I've been wondering why some of my layout pages aren't the same, because I got it set up for dry beans, and it says autonomous mode or whatever, all the self-setting stuff is unavailable basically, and I'm like, yeah, that's sure, I don't understand why, until I went to this page. That is showing me, so the bottom half of the screen is showing me what's in my tailings, which I can kind of see, some sticks and stuff. That should be showing me corn, so if that's corn or soybeans, it's showing whatever you're harvesting in there. Well, they're black, so you cannot see them. If it's soybeans, I mean, you'll see them evidently right there. And if they're corn, it's yellow, so very easy to see. So, kind of hard to set a combine when the camera can't see it. So that's why I would assume that the combine automation is not available. It's hard to do something when it can't see what it needs to do. So that makes sense. Otherwise, I'm just looking at this screen I look at quite often because we don't want to go over the bubble up tube here. We're getting close. Does it show there's a better view? So we don't want to go over that because that increases the splits. And if you're in weeds or greener beans, getting more of that oily moisture going on, it also starts to plug the end of that tube, which is less than ideal also. But otherwise, things are going pretty good here, other than the dump cart really is struggling on these 3/4 mile long rounds. We've been doing some waiting, but it's a lot better than sitting and or driving. Once you get up to your bubble up auger, driving to the end, unloading, driving back. So it's helping. Well, the long rounds have led us to waiting for trucks, but he's back. He parked behind me so that the wind didn't rip the tarp. It's breezy out today, very breezy. Yeah, look at all the dust. Wow. So, I'll tell you what's really annoying is he's got an RTK globe on his combine, so that's like never off. Like that's what maps all the auto path and everything. And that is our other one. We only got two. The other one is on a sprayer so that he has auto path for spraying these. So I have an SF1 globe, so if I cut through and then go and cut through somewhere else, our passes never work out. We're set up on the same spacing, but my line drifts a little bit, just enough to be off like 20 inches or one row. So every time that I go do a new breakthrough, I strike out 3 feet closer to him. Hopefully the last pass we're a little bit closer together and we don't leave like, or have one row that we have to cut a half ahead. That's always noticeable, I'll say that. The dust is not getting better. Well, we're on the last pass on the field. Then that's it for today. That's all we have sprayed. It's 103 acres, but Brody's following me to my right, cleaning up the last pass. And it's maybe time to quit anyways because we're starting to get docked for splits more than we have on any of the other fields. Oh, here comes a ravine. You can see how the water washed down that little ravine. Got to be very, very, very careful in those spots. This year especially, because the water has eroded, being it, you know, remember what the spring and summer were like. It eroded all of the ravines, anywhere, ditches, anywhere where mass flows of water was leaving the field in the flash flooding events, exposing rocks that the land roller had pushed in, but once the dirt washes around it, it actually leaves the rock on a nice little pedestal where your head will go right under them and scoop them in. I've had 3 rocks in my rock trap in the header, like right in front of the center draper belt that I've picked off. Some real nice sized ones that would really mess up. Fortunately, nothing has made it into the combine. They've been getting caught in that little rock dam or rock trap, whatever you want to call it. But when you're in the dust, you can't see what's going on, really. You just got to be very careful and slow and do the best you can. We're done. Dumping off the last bit. Unfortunately, it ain't going to fit on that truck. We're going to have to send like a half a load, quarter of a load to town. They want each field documented, so you can't just leave half a load on there. They want it delivered so that they, I don't know, they want it tracked. So we'll be sending that. And I have a couple of broken sickle sections and 1 guard, I believe, or from what I can see from here. Broke. Only 2 on this field. Only 2. Only 2 air.
That's not bad. A lot of rocks on the old brush, huh?
Yeah, I think that was number 4.
Black bins.
They're hard on everything. I will be honest with you. Yep.
It's gone.
Yep.
So you got a nice impact like what Brody has, or?
No, I'm gonna wait, or maybe I should steal his before he can fix. I know he's got a broken couple
Another
too.
one. Wow.
Hard on
They
stuff.
took a beating out here today.
Oh, your truck's here.
Well, there it was non-stop. It was like 18 mile an hour down the field.
Remember all those nice Milwaukee tools I got just a little bit ago? A month ago? Yeah, how come I don't have one? Brody's got one. You like my pry tool?
Can you pry in there and use that for what we actually have it on the combine for?
Yeah, mud. So most of these are very easy to replace, except the ones that are on these. So we took another one off so that we can slide it in from the side. Don't put your fingers where you know the saying.
Where I won't get them back.
Yeah. You're not on. You gotta get in more.
I need you to get down more.
I'm scared the Model T buggy thing is gonna break.
Come on, work with me. You're in the way. You're in the way. Okay, I'm ready.
There it is. Challenging.
Close. Yeah.
Remember to leave them just a little bit loose, so that when I break another one, I can actually get it loose.
1 grunt. This one here, is this what's loose still?
All right, since Randy's driving truck and he pulled the head down, we're gonna pull it home with Brody's combine because he's got the hitch. There's an advantage of the tippy spout, gives them way more clearance. You got lots of room with your tippy spout, Brody. So
maybe I don't even need the auger. I'll watch up the Highland wires so I don't hit it.
Ooh, the Highline wires, yeah. It's kind of scary here. It's gonna get in. It seems really low there at that approach. Somewhat scary. Yeah, you're good. You had about a foot. That's why Lankota makes those flag poles out of fiberglass. Just in case you find yourself a low wire, you don't short against the combine. But with that being said, if your hopper topper's open with the unload auger folded back, they're like the same height. So, but that's fiberglass too, so I just don't want to experience that actually, ever. This is what you're scared of? He's scared of this block. Chet, get out and move that block. Don't run over rocks bigger than this in the field. Since combining is done for the day, doesn't mean the day is over. Tomorrow we're going to be killing our last field, since that tractor was broke down and wasn't intended on not being broke down. It's got chemical on it, and we are going to offload that onto the Apache, since this one also has chemical, and we'd rather use this since the tracks are a little bit more rough on the black beans once they're ripe. That we are going to lower this down into the tank and offload that sprayer into this sprayer, and then tomorrow hopefully we can winterize and wash that up so that can go back. What? And then this one also. What? You want to go operate that machine?
How do you run it?
Wow, you know more than I do about it. Okay, I'll turn the valve on. I think we're good to go here.
Okay.
It's been agitating for 5 minutes, so
all the other sections off?
Just number 1 on.
Yes. I hope I don't dose you. Good thing the wind's going that way.
I'll stand over there. So we open our clean out valve here, and we should be good to go. Just let them, sprayer will think it's spraying, but it'll actually just be bypassing down into this sprayer if he does everything right. Yep, it's working. So as you can hear, the NCVs are clicking because it thinks it's spraying it out, but in fact it is not, because I turned this sideways. All right, 150 gallons. Just like that. So this project, or this sprayer, is ready to go in the morning. That one's emptied out. That one should be done, so we probably should give her a couple of rinses and winterize it, wash it, you know, all the fun things like that. Well, we rinsed out the sprayer, put fuel on these. We're gonna kill some in the morning and yeah, continue on. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.